created ducks because paper-based product instructions suck. They're wasteful, they're outdated, they're often written by technical writers who don't really care about the environment and don't prioritize the consumer experience. So we created ducks to simplify all of that and essentially make a digital repository for product instructions where users can create, share, follow, save, like, comment, and share instructions for the world.
This is for consumers?
This is for consumers, but our instructions are B2B based. So products such as IKEA furniture, appliances, coffee machines, anything that comes with instruction booklets in the box itself.
So it's kind of like a Wikipedia for product manuals.
Right. So we want to be the Wikipedia for product instructions where anyone can access and save instructions for future reference. One of the questions we had was early teams. So do we hire the senior person who costs a lot of money but knows what they're doing, or do we hire more of the junior people who don't have that much experience but they're cheap and we can train them?
It's the expense that matters. So I don't care if they're junior or senior. We want them to be low cost, hungry, and big equity position, right? So if a senior person wants to roll up their sleeves, get their hands dirty, build again from the ground up, and they want a big chunk of equity but low salary, great. Let's do it. Let's test it out. Let's do some projects together first. Let's see how it goes. If it's a junior person that's like, look, this is, I believe in this and I'm willing to do X, Y, Z to show you, I'll be an intern for a couple of weeks or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, again, I think that's really powerful, but it's less to do with experience and in the startup world, overwhelmingly. I think that's why there's this maybe unfair skew to youth, because hunger matters so much more, but there's plenty of people regardless of age that are plenty hungry. And so I would urge you to, if you find someone senior that you think is excited, then present it to them as like, look, you've got the experience and hopefully the savings to show us what to do, how to get there faster. And I'm willing to give you a massive chunk of the company if it works out with just a 1-year cliff. But I can't, kill the company by paying you salary or a massive salary.
Did you have any advice on the long sales cycles with these large companies? So we've got some interest from large companies, but working at large companies ourselves in the past, we understand that the sales cycles go from weeks to actually months.
Right.
Any advice on how I can shorten this, even to get a couple products as pilots?
You want to try and offer them a small project to build trust. That's one of the most common mechanisms. So don't try and sell them the $1 million contract. Instead show them the power of what you can do on a small data set or something similar. And then you can demonstrate massive outcomes, and then hopefully they're willing to give you a little bit more. The other thing is you got to try and, as I've mentioned a couple of times, try and focus on people who are desperate. So you need to, if someone says, oh, it's going to be 9 months, or they're signaling that it's that way, and you can just ask them, what's your expected timeline for a project like this that you think how soon are you looking to solve this problem? So if you're asking those kinds of questions and they're not saying next week, then it's okay to move on, and then you can keep sending out to more and more people to get new leads. That's okay. So you shorten the sales cycle by both finding people who are a fit and then offering small projects.